Kind of like the Mama Duck situation where she's suing Lil Durk because she feel they using her son death to continue to make money, etc. like that.
Yeah, I love Mama Duck. That's my partner. We fell out. And we done talk. I talked to her like a few weeks ago. We got a Say Cheese TV coming up together. Interview coming up together. But
that's what I like, because you keep saying like you and so had problems, or you and so fell out, but then you say, hey, but we was able to talk and me and so cool again.
A misunderstanding, a misunderstanding and miscommunication, even with insults, homie, and disrespect can be fixed. When somebody can say, man, I know I was wrong. Well, yeah, I was wrong. When two people can sit down and really talk, because it's a right and a wrong on both sides.
Right.
If you tell both stories, because both people think they right until they have a conversation. So let me just say this. If anybody in the hip hop industry deserves restitution, is Tooka's mother.
Mm. Why do you say that?
They made millions off that woman, baby. All this started over saying Tooka.
Smoking Tuka, yeah.
Tuka and Duck was partners, friends. Tuka was new into the neighborhood. And man, it's a lot to that kid, man, that Tuka, homie. The world started smoking Tuka. They were smoking Tuka so much, they really thought it was a weed pack. White people, they didn't know it was a 15-year-old kid who got killed at the bus stop.
Right.
So if anybody deserves, man, some restitution, homie, it's Tuka's mother. And she pleaded with the industry. She pleaded with the industry, the radio station. Could y'all please? Her daughter had to go inside of a mental hospital, homie, because this is out there. Like, they never got to mourn. They never got to mourn because it was smoke Tuka. Tuka was in every song. The origination of drill music came from smoking on Tuka. It wasn't smoking on JoJo. It came from this. That's why it's called Tukaville. They wouldn't name a whole neighborhood after this kid.
I couldn't imagine losing a child and then having to be repeatedly reminded that I done lost my child, listening to the radio, listening to the new slang or the lingo that the kids talking. Like, it's just something I couldn't imagine. So,
man, I wish I would have brought my other phone. I would call her right now just so y'all can hear her voice. But man, she pleaded with those people. She would call the radio station and ask would they stop. And you know, they offered her concert tickets.
See, that's crazy.
So this what I'm willing to do, fam. If you can get Mama Tuka up here, I'll come back just to sit down with both of y'all.
Okay.
Because she asked me something one time, and I hadn't had a chance to do it. She said, can you just help me get my son's name copywritten? And that's all she asked.
Hey, bro.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Dominique?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing an interview right now. We recording this. And I just was speaking about you and your son and your pain. And I want to get you on this podcast with me in Indianapolis so me and you can sit down and talk. Because I told him that you asked me something one time. You said, can I just help you get your son's name copywritten? And I'm saying if anybody deserves to be restored and anybody deserves restitution, and that's Miss Tooka, Miss Dominique. So they asked me about Mama Duck suing FBG Duck, and I'm saying now Miss Tooka needs to sue the hip hop industry and get her money because all of this started from her son being smoked on, and she never got the peace she deserved.
Sure haven't, bro. I'm still trying to get reaching out to people, trying to see who can help me.
Well, we gonna try to help you over here on this podcast. So
no game but tie game.
It's called No Game But Tie Game. So we live right now on the air. So he agreed to have you on the show. I'm gonna come back. Me and you, we go sit down and see how we can get you some help.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Okay, yes, ma'am. You have.
I'm on board.
Okay, well, yes, ma'am.
You too, bro. Thank you, love you.
Love you too, mama.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, we can definitely make that. We can definitely make that happen.
So if y'all listening, man, come on now. This is where all this started from, right here. Right here. FBG, Duck, King, all of these kids will still be alive if we could have resolved this right here.
Listen, we gonna try to make that happen. We gonna try to get, what you say her name was?
Miss Dominique.
Miss Dominique. We gonna try to get Miss Dominique up here Charleston White said we get him up here. He said he gonna come back.
Yeah, just for her.
Up here.
Yeah, just for her because I remember when I first spoke on her on Tooka. I didn't know nothing about it. I just so happened to be walking through my partner's house, Joe Blow, and seen that they was watching Tuka's little documentary. So I sat down and watched it. That's what made me aware of the Vons in the Dirt. So I spoke about this on a Say Cheese TV interview. And then I think a day or two later, Mama Duck, Miss Lashina, has sent me a message saying, thank you. I can put you in contact with her. So I don't think Duck had been killed yet when I done that. So that's how I was able to connect with these mothers. So that's why a lot of times you saw my focus was on Chicago because I had just became aware. So that's why it seemed like, why you hate Chicago? It's no different when Tupac found out about Yummy Sandiford. And he dissed the GDs and BDs about Yummy Sandiford, and he damn near got killed in Chicago that night. Homie, as a man, when you see something and you hear something, it convicts your spirit. So I'm gonna say something. I was convicted by it. That's why I used to seem like I hated Chicago, but it wasn't about Chicago. I had just learned about a culture that's now influencing America. And now it left Chicago and went down south. It didn't go east, it went down south. So now our kids with the drill music. I'm working with kids saying, hey man, who you listening to? They come back and tell me who they listening to. I go listen to this shit, be like, God damn, man, that little nigga talking about killing everybody. The kids was teaching me about drill music as I'm becoming aware from being on the internet. So it wasn't nothing against Chicago. It was the Chirac culture that influenced kids to kill kids. Children of the corn is what I called it.
All the sliding.
Yeah.
All the switches.
And so I'm saying to myself, how in the as we as black people sat by and let our kids create drill music, and these was 10, 11, 12-year-old kids, how we let this happen? What motherfucker sat back and watched this? Jay-Z, all these big motherfuckers. How did nobody get involved and try to put a stop to this shit? Nigga, these is kids. And shit, that's when I evolved and became what I became.